guys, welcome to Love Between 22. Vanessa here speaking, and today the angels asked me to share something to you about friends. The angels say, have you ever found your true friends yet? And they asked me to share about my childhood story with regards to finding friends. And anyway, since childhood, I was an outcast, and not only at home, but also I experienced that in school. I was really a shy person when I was still a kid, and my speech was delayed, wherein I can't really conversate very well, because I'm really afraid to express myself during those times. My parents are kinda strict, and I'm always been afraid of getting punished whenever I did something nasty. So I rather not to speak at all, or not be expressive as much as I want to. So in my school days, I became very unpopular because I used to be alone, and I used to follow the instructions of the teacher that I should be silent on my seat, and that's it, and that's what I did. Okay, when I was little, I'm very obedient to my teachers, and it was only high school when I learned how to socialize. I just tried to push myself to express. Actually, I got very sad because I don't really have close friends, because those people that are what I so called friends are those people who really approach me, whom are concerned that I'm only alone. And I really have a friend when I was in high school. Actually, it's my first time to approach that time. There was a newcomer in school. She was from a public school, and I was from not a public school, what do you call it? Private school, okay? So she entered our school and she got humiliated, and then one of our classmates blamed her for breaking something that she didn't break, and she was forced to pay 100 pesos. And on that time, okay, money is very hard, especially if you're a student. You're just basing it in the allowance that your parents gave you, and she wasn't able to eat for a couple of days just to save some money to pay my our classmate. And I really felt sad for that. I wasn't able to help because she's mentioned about it, that incident, when she already paid for her debt. I really don't know how to begin, how I became close to her, but I think that it was in a later days of her stay in my school, and probably that's the reason why she didn't push forward for another school year, because of what she experienced with my classmates. And I didn't see her again after that. And I also experienced that I was invited in a birthday party, and there was a group of people that called my attention and say to me that I can be a part of their group, and their group is an outcast. They are an outcast like me. First of all, I wanna laugh. I feel very I don't know if I feel annoyed or awkward, and I said to myself, I am really bad at socializing, could be. That's why I became a part of that certain group. And I don't know why the angels asked me to share, but I'm really shy. And to be honest with you, that group that was an outcast group is actually a weekend group, okay? And if you know me, I'm really a Catholic, okay? But then during those times when I was in high school, I sway ways, and that is when I realized that you cannot, okay? You are so far away from the divine or from archangels, from I don't know what you call it. Actually, they are not close to those whom are into witchcraft or Wiccan, even though Wiccans are some parts, okay, are good Wiccans, and there are some bad Wiccans, okay, or witches out there. I'm not really a part of those evil people. I'm a Wiccan, which is something that is light. We are into protective spells and so forth. I just joined or agreed to join because I really want to see angels. Since childhood, that was my dream. But then I really got disappointed to know that if you're a part of that certain group or weekend group, you cannot be, you know, you cannot have a guides that are archangels, or because your guides that time should be elemental, should be this and that, but they are not evil, okay? It really depends if you're a part of a coven group or something that really casts nasty spells. But the group that I joined is only focused on certain good things, okay? And all I can say is that so I became part of that group, and one time when I was still in high school, um, our classmates became wild to the point that they have this game and it create a lot of noise. When my teacher was, I think that our teacher was absent that time. I can't hardly remember because those are high school days, okay? But it really marked my childhood days, or I have a traumatic experience with it. And what happened, since they created such noise, an angry teacher came to our classroom and asked what happened, or why is it the class is, wild or noisy, and nobody in the class say anything of what happened. And some of them lied that nothing happened. And everyone knows in class that I'm a silent person. I would just sit on the background or at the back, just watching what happened. And our teacher stared at me because she knows that I will not do something nasty. And it's really hard to be a light worker, to be honest, even though I am a Wiccan on that certain period. I'm not yet something that I am now, okay, on those moments. So when this teacher asked me what happened, strange hunches came to me in my heart. And you know that I told you guys that by your heart is where God talks to you. And I have these strange hunches that I must tell the truth to the teacher. So I did as the hunches told me. And what happened is that everybody in class are mad at me. And I never have friends inside that classroom. So I don't know why one of our teachers thought that it will be fun to roam a paper around, and your name should be written on that paper, and those people or those classmates that has your paper will say something to you, but will never say their name, or if they want they will. And I never got anything, positive at all. All are negative just because I speak my truth. I was in a Catholic school, so we have a Christian class back then. So in our Christian class or Catholic class, whatever it is, okay, my teacher made us write an essay about honesty, and I wrote on that essay. I asked my teacher, is it bad to tell the truth? And I shared the story of what happened on that day that I tell the truth and people hate me. And after a couple of days, our teacher replied to me and say that what you did is right because you proved to God, you prove your faith to God that you shouldn't lie at all. And actually, it really pained my heart, but it just hurts me that I have a traumatic high school experience because of following my hunch or whatever God has told me. Like, even though I'm a weekend back then, God still speaks in me. So I only have outcast so-called friends when I was in high school and college came. I first took fine arts, to be honest. I don't know what's wrong with me, that I chose fine arts, but then instead of putting painting or advertising, I indicate interior design, which is not really my best interest at all. I was able to get into that school, and on my stay in high school back then, when we still have these exams to go in college, actually I got bullied. Like, there was this famous school that everyone really wants to get in, and it's very hard to get into that school. And I'm just there in the bulletin, just looking at the names or staring at the names of those whom was able to get in, and there's some nasty people around me that says, you're not on the list, and they laugh and they say to them, you know what, I didn't really apply for that school, which is really true. Yeah, I really encounter bullies a lot in high school days, probably because of what happened. At anyway, in college, when I entered school, honestly, I also have a group that's an outcast. I don't know why I keep on going towards people that are outcasts. Probably I am back then because of my low self-esteem. That's why I attract people of who I am, probably because of the saying that tell me who your friends are and I tell you who you are. And during those times that I was in college and I was in this weird course that I accidentally placed myself in, it's really hard for me. And I wasn't a favorite of our teacher because I don't really know how to paint. And I thought that by being in fine arts school, and back then there's no YouTube, how can I learn? Our teachers will never teach us how to paint. It was all self-study and it was very hard, and it was only my friend who taught me how to paint. It's really devastating to me because when I was in elementary, high school, I never asked my parents to send me to a paint class or would ask them to buy me paint materials. I just dreamed when I was in when I was in um when I was still a child, I just dreamed that I want to be a painter, but um and they never enhanced my skills. I'm so shy back then, and I know that my parents will never do that for me because I'm not a favorite of the family, and I always been looked up to as the black sheep of the family. So I'm not doing something nasty at all. That's why I have a low self-esteem. I really don't know why the angels asked me to share this. And you know me, that I don't really want to show people that I cry. But since they asked me to do this, I don't know why. Probably because I want to be there for people that experience the same thing. I really have a harsh past when I was still studying. So in that college, I wasn't able to make it because even the teachers don't like me. And when I was not able to make it, that is when I got angry to God and blame Him. Why did it happen to me? And my mom saw how hateful I am to the world and put me into this seminar. And that's when I told you guys, I don't know if you follow my story, but I forgot when I shared that story that I got angry with God on that time when I was in college. And my mom put me into a seminar that's for Christians, Catholics, so that we can be closer to God. And that is when I was cleansed. I don't know what happened to me. I just forgot my anger. I forgot everything that happened, and I quit witchcraft or Wiccan life. And that is when I start to be closer to God again. And to be honest, I will not share you the whole package about my story. They asked me to share about friends. So I was able to have another college school, and they told me that I'll try IT since I love to play online games. So I was able to get into that school, and I think that if I wasn't able to do well, then my parents will not make me study again. So I pushed myself forward to study there. I tried my best and I was able to get high grades, and teachers noticed that I'm doing very well, and they included me in IT club, and I was the secretary there. Since I was on spotlight, since I was always in the events, I always write down the expenses and so forth. Whatever they ask me to write, I will write. So I roam around classrooms per classrooms during those times, and that is where I met my ex-husband. He's not even my classmate. He's just a stalker, but my classmates knew him. And one time when I was still what do you call this? When we are in the class and our teacher was away, they talked to me. Do you know that somebody likes you? I say to them, no, I don't have any idea at all. And those moments I was in a relationship because I love to play online games, and I met the guy from the online game. We met, but it's still a long distance relationship because he lives far away from where I live. And in order to get there is to ride a bus, and it's a very long journey to get there. And so that's why my ex-boyfriend wasn't able to defend me from my ex-husband, and I told my classmates I'm taken, and they told me that does your boyfriend really loves you and so forth, any low-key question. And I say I love him, and I'm not looking for another person, and these people are pushing me to be with someone that I don't know at all. My ex-husband was a stalker, and really he forced me to choose him, and that's why something nasty happened between us. He pulled me and made me go places with him, and I don't really like. And that person will play mind games like he was in the hospital, he was sick, so forth. And of course, I have a compassionate heart, so I will go. But it's just a trap. So I got pregnant by that person, and my ex-boyfriend, I wasn't able to reach out to him anymore. I was virgin that time, and my ex-husband got it. Got my, you know, I never have friends in that school, and the friend that I have is my husband's friends, and those people that are a part of the IT club. I don't know what happened to them. When I got pregnant, um, I went to another branch of that school. It's really a disaster for me. I was hated even at home when I got pregnant early. Very devastating story. And when I start working after graduation, I never got a friend from my work. When I still work for a company, I only got casual friends, but I will not call them as true friends or close friends. I never got any of those. And I encounter a lot of jobs, to be honest, but all of them are call centers. Okay, I only got one experience for bookkeeping, but our account was closed, so it didn't work out. And then what happened is that now that I'm in YouTube, I will consider you guys as my close friends, especially those who really follow me during live, because I notice that they're always there for me. I want to say thank you for those people. Okay, it's only here on YouTube channel that I find my soul tribe. I really got disappointed because I also got friends in hobby section, like I was able to be a part of the Philippines club, but those are hateful groups. And also in other hobby groups, it's when I release the negative people from the Nendoroid community, that is when I encounter people that are really vibrating with me. But I don't know why they want me to discuss about friends, because to be honest with you, in real life, I still don't know whom are my true friends. Even if I mentioned to you a lot of friends from high school, college, I don't know if I will consider them. Probably We really are meant to be alone light workers so we can be a strong person. By following our path, by releasing people that are not really vibrating like us, that is when we will find our soul tribe. And I will say to you that if you feel like you're alone, if you feel like you don't have friends, you're not alone. All of us here in YouTube community are soul tribes. Those who believe in what we believe in, right? So I'm sharing this story. I don't know why the angels asked me to, but I just hope that you feel like at least you're not left alone, because you're never alone. God is with all of us, and those light workers are with you all, and we are always here for you because we understand how you feel. Okay? Sending you all peace, love, and light. Bye.